I have Shoroshim flashcards that the boys use in class, that we're making as we go along, and you'll see that your son will come home with something similar to this, to the color decorative that we usually end up making in class, which, by the way, if you take this right down, I didn't put on the school supply list index cards. I put the spiral index cards, which used to be these colors. If you can send in, now you know it also, index cards. In fact, index cards would be a big help. We've had a few, but...
One package?
Okay, whatever, 100, 150.
Line?
Doesn't make any difference, because what we do is we have the... 3 by 5s are fine. It happens to be the... They need to be pink with black polka dots specifically. And they have to be, the 3.5 by 2.5. My mother, on the way here, I called my mother, and she's complaining about, hi, we're about to go off, and how's it going? And how's the first day of school for, I have a middle school brother, and how so upset. This teacher needs 5 middle school, so yeah, every English teacher needs. This one needs 5 colored pencils, everything. I'm like, where's he supposed to keep his 5 colored pencils? There's no place in the room because they go from classroom to classroom. So we try to keep it relatively simple with school supplies. We store them in the cabinets for the boys. Hopefully, store them in the cabinet desk. Yeah, question.
I have a question for the homework, like tonight's homework.
I'm gonna get to homework. I'll get to it. With the Shirasha?
Yeah, tonight you said like review the psukim, and then you also had but there was nothing to review.
It's funny. I told it to the boys. So
I thought, no, like, is there always going to be that in there?
Can't promise that I'm always going to have that sheet. What I did send home was, besides having a chumash, I sent home this packet. This packet is every single pasuk. So if I just gave you, it was a pasuk from last week. So it's right in there, and if you keep that, you have it at home. It's your own chumash with the translation.
It's in the backpack.
Take it out of the folder, take it out of the backpack, keep it someplace at home. I don't want to see it again.
So don't leave it in the backpack.
Don't leave it in the backpack. My assistant is complaining to me. Every day the homework folders are so heavy. You tell the boys to bring them. They tell the boys, and then it doesn't get to you. And so she said, make sure you tell the parents, this goes out of the folder. It's for you. It's for at home. And then there also, just once I'm on it, there's 2 sections in there. There's the section that has every single pasuk word for word. Then you'll see in the back there's a section that does that it's not every single it's every single pasuk, but it's harder words. For the most part, when I translate the words, I'm using the stuff in the back. This is from the Rabbi who I watched for that year and a half. This is Rabbi of Baltimore, who's been a master second grade Rabbi for 30, 35 years. I am as a second grade Rabbi. So I'm using that translation. I find it's a little bit more precise, a little bit simpler. So if you ever you're doing the pasuk and it says kaved ma'od, and your son says it was weighed down very much. Take a peek in the back of the packet, and you'll see it since it was very heavy, and you'll see that it was a little bit of a simpler term. Okay, so that's now I'm ahead of myself. Okay, what else is over here? There will be sharish quizzes. We'll probably do the vertigo over there. We focus on the prefixes and suffixes. You'll see also. We color code, and it's something similar to that. I tried to keep Rabbi Chopper's colors. Basically, what we're going to start doing, and I don't think I sent home that sheet yet, but we color code that the prefixes are always the same color, the suffixes at the end of the word are always the same color. We keep shoroshim, meaning the verbs, are always going to be the same color, whereas nouns or other chumash words, I usually keep green, and then the words that I don't drill into them are usually in black. That's in class. At home, I don't know whether you'll see it as homework or whether it's classwork. Very often I'll make bubble, I have one actually, I'll make bubble chumash letters. Again, it's just an idea I had this year, speaking to somebody else, and the class was like writing them, took them off the board, and Steve was a part of it. I came up with the idea, look, let me make the chumash letters in bubble, and then they can color code it a little bit like some of the homework you see this week. But this is that I eventually they should be able to take most of the words and break them down with the colors that we use in class. You might see it at home. You might not, depending on how I work on homework. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Most of the time, something like that would be the classwork, though, which is why I sometimes send a little bit extra home. I don't know yet. We'll see once I divide them into groups. Going further, and the idea is when the prefix prefixes and the suffixes and the main root words, the shoroshim, the idea is that they just, all the pieces of the puzzle come together and something clicks in them, that they're able to go take a word, which we've already started in class, and say, oh, vayelech. We learned the sharesh halach over here. We know that halach is go walk, and we try to do a motion with it also, and halach walk, and all the kids are going halach walk, haya was, sham, there, and they're all doing the motions, and you should see the kids in class, it's so cute. It is, I'm enjoying the second grade so much, they're big, they have to work.
I really love your job.
Best job in the world, yes.
Yeah, it's the best.
Yeah, very much I can wake up every morning and I can say,
I can tell.
I'm excited to go to school.
I think they also like to help you. I think you have them help you sometimes up on the board.
For sure.
Yeah, so I've already heard about that.
Yeah.
Oh,
They
okay.
like that.
Okay, good. So we try to keep them up, try to keep them moving around the classroom. And so halach, oh look, does it sound similar? Vayelech. Okay, everyone close your eyes. I told the boys today. So everyone close your eyes. Halach, vayelech. What letters are similar? Oh, and then you know above it, and they come up with it that it's the sharash halach, the sharash that we've used. Usually we'll put it by the word on the pasuk, and then we will. Okay, and vav and a yud, the boys know vav is in. Yud we haven't reviewed yet at home at least, but all the boys know that it's he. Oh, and he goes. So halach is to go. And he goes. How do you say that? Tomorrow, right? Right? I'm going to go tomorrow. Yesterday I go. No, not go. What is it? What is it? Yesterday, Rabbi, it's when. It's when. It's when. Okay, fine. It's and we sort of and eventually the children come together and the goal and it's all with the goal that they should. I wish I could say at the end of second grade they could just do it themselves. They're not going to do it by themselves. But to be able to do certain parts of it themselves. Getting into third grade. And that getting into third grade, where it really third grade is where all these skills that we built in first and second grade come together, and you'll be able to see that the boys really have it. Going further. Next step is Kriya. We have the boys working with. Also, it's going to be in. I haven't divided them up into groups yet. It's going to be with groups, chavrusas. Right now, I have a cycle of everyone working with Marut. She has a cycle. 2 boys at a time working. We have Kriya folders, and as the boys progress, right now the homework for Kriya has been generic. I hope to eventually make the homework more at your son's level exactly. And there's a whole curriculum that the school has. There's like a 20-something step curriculum of different skills in Kriya that have to happen. I'm sorry, back over here. And obviously the goal is accuracy, fluency, and blending both to read. And it's one of those things that it just takes, you got to roll up the sleeves and they have to actually do it. At home, I try to send it home often for homework. Today I gave you off because everyone's coming in tonight. But for the most part, it's going to be most nights a week, over the weekend. If you can get those 5-10 minutes of Kriya in, I know the homework is hard. It's such a pressure. I don't like it. But the Kriya, that's the only way it can happen. And again, as we divide them into groups, hopefully we can specialize that a little bit more. Fine. Next thing is Yom Tov. More like Dinim. We have a unit. Well, we go through the different chagim. We go through in depth. We've started already Elul into Shani Yom Kippur Sukkos, and every holiday as it comes, we go into that. There's a unit on brachos also. The bracha Rishona more. It's not up. It's not. We have a great poster for it, but it's not up yet. It's still at the Chagim poster. But we go through the brachos, the beginning brachos on food, for the most part, and different foods and how it works, and when do you make a adama? If you have extra foods, ikar and tafel, it's called. I have more of this. I'm eating my Rice Krispies and milk. Do I make mizanos on the Rice Krispies? Do I make shakal and milk? Do I make both? And we'll be going through that. Yedias Klalios, it's a big school-wide project ready for many years. There is a list, and you should have it in your packet, of which Yedios we work on. I asked you to send in those spiral index cards. We'll be basically making your own notebook, which then will get passed on to third grade, and then hopefully the fourth grade. In there is the Parsha questions. I don't test on it, but it's to go home. We go through Parsha. We go through the story, we act it out, we have a good time with the Parsha.
quiz them on Monday, or?
I don't quiz them. In second grade still, I'm trying to go easy on the quizzes. Mainly the shirashim.
Okay.
That's really, yeah.
You need the riddle answer email back.
What?
The answer to the riddle or whatever you need.
We go through it in class. I could use it. You don't have to email it to me if you want to. I'll if you get it, great. If you don't know it, I can tell you. Okay. Okay.
The first time, but.
The first time I wrote it.
He was wondering if you should.
You don't have to. You're welcome to. I will respond. I will give credit in class. I'm not requiring it. It's not like you have to. It's fun. It's a fun thing. I don't tell them on Friday usually. I try to get them to come on Monday and help. Midos within the parsha within the chumash we try to build up the midos also. That the midos that we're working on it right now we're working with this pasuk, we're working with derech eretz. There's a certain Rashi over there talks about derech eretz. We try to put it in as much as possible. It's so much of what they're learning now. It's really we're building the foundation for the kids. What else did I spoke about? It's parsha, and you'll see the packet comes home every week. And usually there's coloring sheets in there that they do in class. Is usually that's so empty. The coloring sheets in there, the parsha questions, and it's. I think it's a nice packet. I think it's something that my kids always ask me if I have extra copies so they can like color these coloring sheets and fine. Homework again. I saw this. It shouldn't be that long. You know, the homework. I'm trying not to kill you. If there's one night your son is tired, your son's exhausted. It's going. It's taking 25 minutes. It's been working. The homework shouldn't be more than 20 minutes. It really, if it gets that long, write me a note. Let me know that it happened. But with the homework though, I have to ask. Please sign it. You'll see the homework sheet. Initial it, even if it's not. If it's a worksheet, I see that he did it. I understand. But I want to know that he's doing his kriya at home. I want to know that he's doing the sukkim at home. Please let me, right, just, and if you ever want to let me know how it goes, feel free. I do read them. I try to get back. People have written me things. If you didn't know it for some reason, if you see that, it was a total bomb, and he didn't even know which way to hold the pasuk. Please let me know that, and then just maybe I missed it. Maybe I do know that. Maybe just give me the heads up.
You shouldn't go more than 20 minutes?
I would say if he's really working. I mean, my daughter can fool around, and she's really not working, and if he's really working at it, you see, it just I probably gave too much homework tonight. He just misjudged it. You can have him stop. What's the most important? Get that kriya in. The kriya is so important. Get him to the kriya. But don't let him take advantage. Also, that makes sense. If that don't let him know that you're going to stop him in 20 minutes. You worked really hard tonight. Take a breather. Already know to your Rabbi. But again, it shouldn't happen. I'm trying to gauge the homework. The homework shouldn't take that long. That for the most part. Again, if I'm being totally unrealistic, so Rabbi Pollock sent him the homework already a few times, and it's taking a half hour or 45 minutes every night. So please let me know, and then if you see that it's a problem, we can change the homework just for your son or for whoever it is, and make it work.